How's it going, guys? It's the Pixelated Pumpkin, and in today's video, we'll be taking a look at some leaked photos from the Spirit Halloween 2024 ISE. That's right, we're going to be looking at the carnevil today. Will this be a good theme or not? Let's find out. The first part of the theme we'll talk about will be the Archway, because obviously it is the first thing you see when you enter the store. Anyways, I have to say this is a really cool, but also interesting archway. Mainly because of how big they made Jack the Reaper on this thing. Typically, Jack the Reaper kind of takes the back seat, and the sign of the theme is kind of what overshadows him. But here it's quite the opposite story, because this Jack the Reaper is much bigger than the Welcome to the Carnevil sign. I'm guessing that's because this carnevil sign is actually like all plastic and lit up. It makes sense to me because it's not a cardboard one like the previous years. This seems to be an actual plastic blow mold with those lights inside of it, which I think is really cool. So I guess that's why they're making Jack the Reaper the big one here. And for the actual archway you walk through, it seems to be a lot thicker, if that makes sense, than previous years. I don't know, it just seems pretty interesting. Then you have the two places to the left and right for the animatronics to stand as pretty much every archway theme features. I honestly like these a lot. I definitely love the lights on them. That is definitely my favorite part about this. I always love when the themes get creative with the lighting. But I also like how you have that sort of starburst poster behind them. So it kind of adds this nice little backdrop to them, which kind of makes it look like they're coming out of their own posters in a sense. Obviously, you're going to have the Ringmaster and Ghostface standing here. They typically like to put one of the licensed characters up front, even though it doesn't necessarily make sense in a carnival. But I still like how they have the Ringmaster up front for sure. He's definitely the main character of the carnival in a sense this year. Anyways, I think this is a really cool archway theme though. I don't know if it's my favorite, but I definitely think it's solid. Again, the big Jack the Reaper kind of throws me off here, but other than that, I have to say they're nailing this whole carnival aesthetic really perfectly here. The next part of the theme I'm going to talk about is the fortune teller booth. Now this thing is really cool. Obviously you have a little space for the animatronics to go, being Tallulah and the Dark Princess, but the fortune teller booth itself is obviously the main attraction here, and it is a really awesome photo op, and I imagine this is going to be a hot ticket item at the ISE sale this year for sure. Anyways, obviously you have this fortune booth here, and no animatronics go into it because you're supposed to go into it, because again, it is a photo op. So I like how Spirit Halloween is really doing more of these this year. I feel like over the past couple years, mainly last year and 2021, they really were trying with the photo ops, and this year it seems like they're really going at it again. I'm assuming this is because they want people to post about them on social media and get some brand awareness going, which, I mean, it's free marketing, so this seems like a pretty smart idea. And this year, I feel like what they're doing with the photo op stations are way cooler than previous years, because the cool thing about this one, it actually appears to read your fortune. Well, sort of. If you look at the bottom, it seems like there's a spot for you to actually put a nickel into. And now, I don't know if this is just for show, but considering there's another slot, it looks like it might be like a Zoltar machine a little bit, and might spit out a ticket or something that reads your fortune on it, which I think is really awesome if it actually does that. But if not, this is still a cool photo op booth, because you have that magic ball in there, which actually has some cool looking moving effects on it. So overall, I think this is a really nice part of the theme, and definitely adds to the whole carnival aesthetic. The next part of the theme we'll talk about is the Wheel of Fate game tent. Obviously, we have Giant Death Ray and Max Straw set up there, but there's also this other photo, which I'm assuming is for smaller stores that can't fit certain parts of the theme, because we have the Dark Princess again, and Art the Clown, and Art the Clown is featured in a different part of the theme this year. I think this setup they're showing in this photo is for smaller stores, but anyways, it gives us a better look at that wheel there, which you can spin, of course, which I think is cool. I think this is much simpler, and there's really not much to talk about here, but I think they're doing a good job with the carnival theming this year for sure. I do like how you have that little fence set up around the props with the flags on it. That's cool, and I think the coloring and texturing of the theme is really nice as well. And the design of the tent here with the Wheel of Fate sign definitely feels very faithful to the whole old school creepy carnival vibe they're going for. The next part of the theme we'll talk about is probably the coolest, being this duck shooting carnival game. I think this is awesome. As you could see, we have two animatronics set up in front of it, being the Cremator and Art the Clown. and I really hope that those guns they had set up actually work. I'm guessing they might use an IR sensor to knock down the ducks, but if it's just static, this is still a really cool part of the theme. I'm assuming the ducks will move back and forth or pop up and down out of that little background they're set up in there. But this is such a cool and awesome idea, and I think they nailed it really well here. Once again, I feel like this is going to be a really hot ticket item at the ISE sale. People are going to go crazy for this thing and want to get their hands on it. So I can imagine there's going to be a lot of fights breaking out over somebody trying to get this piece here. But I think it is awesome. And again, I think the coolest part, if it actually works, I'm really hoping it does, because again, that would be so cool. The guns they designed there definitely look like they might work. So again, I'm really hoping they will. This is kind of set up at the back of the front theme. I guess the front theme consists of the Wheel of Fate, the Fortune booth, and finally this at the back. Now, I really can't stress enough how much I hope this thing works, but knowing Spirit Halloween and how they've been trying to maximize the interactivity with their themes, and especially it seems like they're doing that this year, I guarantee you this thing will actually work, and you have a little mini game set up in the store, which is just so cool. Over the years, Spirit Halloween's animatronics may have suffered in quality, scariness, and overall creativity, but their themes certainly have not, and that's why I want to give a huge shout out to the Spirit Halloween theme designers. You guys are doing an amazing job. Anyways, I think this little duck hunt game is absolutely awesome, and I cannot wait to try it out in person. Now, the final theme we'll be talking about is the back theme, but this is the first back theme to ever be double-sided and not be attached to a wall, but be one big walk-around piece, which I'm struggling to find whether I like that or not. I guess I'll just have to wait till I see it in person, but a part of me definitely does like this change. I guess they're going for a new store layout this year, because this will certainly change up how you walk through the store for sure, but I definitely find it interesting and definitely innovative for sure. Anyways, we have the Fun House as this back theme. So on the front side, we have Wanda Webworth and Cotton Candy Dan with that big clown cutout overhead, which I think looks pretty cool. I don't really like how Wanda is kind of boxed in there. It kind of looks strange, especially putting her inside that sort of booth there. But other than that, I think it's fine. I'm not sure what animatronic we'll have to the left of Wanda, though, because it is cut off in the picture, unfortunately. But here we have the back side of it now, where you have Victor and Emily on the stage, which I think is cool that they'll be put together in the theme. And you obviously have Bobby Strings and Barnaby the Bear. Bobby Strings looks enormous in this photo for sure. And I definitely like how you have those fun house mirrors on the side walls there. That's really cool. Now here we have a diagram that an employee made, but they weren't allowed to take pictures, so I guess they just kind of made a diagram for us to get for the leaks. And as you'll see, there'll be a walkthrough going inside. It seems to be a very short walkthrough, very thin one as well. So I'm not expecting much. I'm expecting sort of something like the 2022 themes walkthrough here, but at least there is a walkthrough. I always like when they do those for sure. It's definitely better to have a walkthrough that's short and boring than to have none at all, in my opinion. So overall, I think this is a very unique and strange sort of back theme. It's not even really a back theme. I mean, it's getting put at the back of the store, but this is kind of like a whole new sort of giant centerpiece theme, I guess you could say. Anyways, I'm kind of liking the new direction they're taking. We'll see how it really stacks up when we get to see this stuff in person at the flagship store. But other than that, I'm excited to see all this stuff, and I'm excited to see the walkthrough as well, for sure. Well, everybody, that is going to do it for all the leaks so far. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to like and subscribe, of course, and let me know which part of the theme is your favorite in the comments below. Overall, I have to say I'm actually really liking this carnival theme so far. You know, I was very hesitant on a clown theme originally, but after seeing what they've been doing with this, I have to say I'm actually really pleasantly surprised here. But for now, I still have to see it in person to get my thoughts all together. But I really hope you guys enjoyed this little sneak peek at these leaks here. Once again, be sure to like, and remember, nobody outpixelates the pumpkin.